Welcome to the Money Made Easy outsourcing video. In this video, we're going to talk about how to outsource the Money Made Easy system for automated income growth. So now, here's a couple things you should not do when it comes to outsourcing. So do not outsource any of this system until you have mastered the Money Made Easy system for yourself. If you don't know how it works and you don't know what it takes to make it work and all you've done is watch the videos or not even watch the videos, it's not a good idea to go turn the team loose on it where you have to spend money to pay them to do something until you've done it yourself. You need to know the tweaks and what's different in your business from other people's businesses and just know how it all works and how it all fits together so that you can outsource it effectively, okay? So don't be lazy. Actually put the system into effect for yourself, start making some money, and then start outsourcing. Make sure that your Money Made Easy income has increased to the point where you can afford to outsource part or all of the process. Outsourcing is not a crutch. It's not to be used for people who are lazy. It's not to be used as a way to make money if you're not already making money. Outsource when you can afford it, or you don't have to outsource the whole thing even. You can outsource bits and pieces of it as you can afford it to help you make even more money. And then once your income has increased enough to afford it, then go ahead and outsource the entire process if you want to, okay? Do not use outsourcing as an excuse to be lazy. That's not what outsourcing is about. Outsourcing is about helping you scale your business, how to grow your business and automate your systems. But if you're a lazy marketer or if you're a lazy guy, you're never going to make it work anyway because you probably didn't put the effort in to figure out all the tweaks that need to happen in your particular system to make the money. So put it into effort for yourself and start making money on your own. Once you've figured it out and got money coming in and can afford it, then start outsourcing, okay? Now you have two options when it comes to outsourcing. First one is to hire one multi-talented person to do it all. The second is to hire multiple people to each complete one specific aspect of the system. So when you have one do-it-all person, it's actually really hard to find somebody who can do it all. Like the full system can do every little piece of it no one is ever going to be as good as you are or work as hard as you are in your own business, okay? Especially not someone you're paying. There may be very talented people out there, but these people can be very expensive. So it could be cost prohibitive to try to find one person who can do the whole thing for you, okay? Also, if they are good though, they will be an awesome resource for your business. I mean, you hang on to them and you never let them go and you pay them whatever they want, because they are that good to your business. However, they kind of also hold you hostage, because if they leave, your whole outsourcing operation goes down and you're stuck until you can find another person who can do it all. Okay, so I don't necessarily recommend this unless you happen to stumble across a gem of a person, just the best one ever, all right? If you find someone like that, go for it. But it's a little bit harder to do that and you wind up paying more money, but it can be worth it if it's the right person, okay? Multiple outsourcers. This is the way that I do it, okay? I hire several outsourced workers, each with a specific skill set to handle a specific aspect or a specific portion of the Money Made Easy system. And then you or a VA, virtual assistant, assemble the pieces that the outsourcers provide you with. They each do their little piece, they send them to you or send them to your virtual assistant, and then you guys, or you or them, assemble it into the complete system that's in operation and making you money, all right? This is much more affordable, and it also allows you to hire specialists, okay? Finding some person who can do everything from article writing to report creation to copywriting to squeeze page setup to all this stuff, it's kind of hard to do. But if you hire one person who's specifically an article guy, one person who's specifically a report creator lady, one person who's specifically a copywriter, then you're getting them. You find people who are good at that one specific thing. It's much easier to find people who are good at one specific thing, and typically your quality that you're going to receive from them is going to be much higher because they're not a jack of all trades, they're specialists. And since they're only charging for their one fee, a lot of times you can get it for an affordable price. So if you put the pieces together yourself, you can save some money and actually also have a good system that will not crash if someone leaves. So if one person or one cog in your wheel falls apart or leaves, that's okay. The rest of your system keeps going, and then you just play catch up when you find another person to replace that one specific piece, okay? So it's much easier to recover if you lose a person with multiple outsourcers. So now the steps of the Money Made Easy system that you want to outsource. First, report creation. That's a specialist outsourcer. Find someone who's a great content creator who writes good ebooks or reports or whatever like that. Article writing, a specialist outsourcer. Find someone who's great at search engine optimized or LSI keyword researched article writing. Marketing and promotion. I tend to either do this myself or have my main virtual assistant do that. Because for one, I then have to give them access to all of my, article marketing accounts, all of my, my scribed accounts, my promotional accounts, and things like that. I don't want to give that to just every single outsourcer or to a bunch of outsourcers. I'd rather give it to my one main virtual assistant and have them be the only one besides me who has access to all those accounts. Squeeze page creation, specialist outsourcer. Find a copywriter or someone who specializes in squeeze page copy and have them create your squeeze pages for you. Ad swap recruitment, again, I either do this myself or I have my main virtual assistant do it because, again, it's a more high-level portion of your business and I don't want to just outsource that to anybody, so I have the VA who works closely with me do that. And then assembling the pieces. Again, I also have I usually have my virtual assistant do it. I don't do it anymore, but if I was just starting out and I didn't want to have to pay an extra person, I would do it. Let the main outsourcers do what they're good at, give me the pieces, and then assemble it, okay? And that's what I recommend for you, unless you already have a virtual assistant or you have the funds to hire a part or full-time virtual assistant to do the stuff that you don't want to do or want to free yourself up from. Now, here's exactly how I do it. My Money Made Easy method outsourcing team consists of one report writer, and their output is one report a week. Then I have one SEO article writer whose output is 20 articles a week. I have one copywriter whose output is one squeeze page a week. And then I have one main virtual assistant for this method, actually. And their output, what they do is they assemble all the components that are sent in from the outsourcers and puts the complete system into operation, promotes the report, gets it all going. Then they also recruit the ad swap partners and get them set up for me to do cross promotions with. They go out and recruit them, they set up the deals, and then I just handle the Aweber stuff if I need to. Okay? Now, one thing about the way I do it, because the SEO writer and the copywriter, what they do is based on what the report is. They are always 1 week off of what the report writer is writing. So let's say I'm starting up fresh, okay? So the report writer would start first. They would write one report, and once that report is done, the next week, so week one, they would be the only ones working, okay, because they would be writing the report. Then week two, they would be starting on the second report, while the SEO article writer and the copywriter will be doing their work based on the first week's report. That way, every week they get the new report, and the report writer is actually one report ahead of them so they can keep working. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to write articles and create a squeeze page if they don't have the report to work with. All right, that's why I have the report writer start first, and then a week later, once he's done with his first report, he sends it to the SEO article writer and the copywriter and myself, or actually to my virtual assistant, and then the SEO article writer starts. Then the copywriter starts. And what they do is each week they submit their stuff for approval to my virtual assistant, who, if he thinks anything's goofy about it, then he sends it to me for further approval. Otherwise, if he thinks it's good, we let it go. I wouldn't do it that way unless you trust your virtual assistant. One of my virtual assistant who handles this is very good at what he does, and I'm comfortable with his judgment, so I let him do it. But when you're first starting out, it's better to ride close herd on it yourself. So make them send it to you and your virtual assistant for approval. And then once you approve it, then your virtual assistant can implement the system and get it in operation and get those reports out there and making you money and building your list. Okay, so that's how I do it. Now, going big. You can go big with outsourcing, and there's some pretty cool stuff you can do. Okay, first thing you can do is you can double your existing team's output. Once your team of outsourcers has gotten things going and they're really good at what they're doing, you can try to double their output. So if they write one report a week, see if you can get them to write 2 reports a week. If they're doing 20 articles, see if you can get them to write 30 articles or 40 articles. 40 may be too much for them, so if they can do 30, then just split the difference. Go 15 articles for each report, 15 and 15, okay? And then, see if your other guy can do 2 squeeze pages a week. If you can double your existing team's output, you just doubled your income potential and your long-term earning and passive earnings by using the same outsourcers. Of course, you're going to be paying them a little bit more because they're working more, but your profit should go up exponentially based on that. Another option you can do is to assemble a completely separate and new team of doing this exact same thing, but have them target a new niche. This is a great way to break into a new niche and start building a list in a new niche that you want to start marketing to without having to do it yourself. Once the money from your first niche is coming in and you've got enough money to keep money in your pocket, pay your first outsourcing team, and still have money left over, well, why not reinvest that new money into a new outsourcing team to focus on dominating a new niche and start building a list, getting reports out there, getting money and getting money coming in from a whole separate niche market. Okay, now you can do this as many times as you can afford it. So if your money keeps coming in and as it grows and grows and you dominate one niche, or and then you move into another niche, that one starts making money. Once it's paying for itself, okay, great. Then you start up another team or double that team's output or whatever, and you can choose another niche. You could potentially have 3, 4, 5 or more teams each focus on their own niche, doing the exact same thing, but just niche specific. That's when this method's money really can go huge. Whether you want to take it that big or not, that's up to you, but it is an option. Now, one thing is if you set up a new team and you put them into a new niche to start trying, it may not take off. You may find that you've put all this effort and spent some money on this niche and it only makes you a little bit of money, or you only break even, but the profit's not really there like you thought it was going to be, or your lists aren't building like you think they should or whatnot. That's fine. Take that as a educational experience. It's not a loss. You learn something, and then take that team and immediately refocus them onto another niche or back to your main niche and start recouping the money that you invested, that you lost, and go from there. Okay, you got to keep testing. So not everything's going to be a home run. Not every niche is going to be the greatest, especially when you start trying to broaden yourself out this big. Okay. Now, then, like I was saying here, wash, rinse, repeat. You can scale this as big as you want. It's just completely up to you. But this is the way that I would do my outsourcing. And I would start small, little by little, and as my profits will allow for it, increase my outsourcing team until they're doing as much of the work as possible. And then look into either starting a new team or doubling my existing team's output. So that's the secret to outsourcing the money-made easy system. It's not that complicated, and it can be very, very profitable. But again, only start trying to do this outsourcing stuff when you can afford it. Okay, that's it for now, guys. See you later.